Hi, this is Tanner from Teamster with Bellingham Youth Chess. And now we're going to go over keen opposition. What keen opposition is when you have two keens. There can be other pieces on the board to have it, but it's strictly between the keens. So let's say that they are right next to each other. So opposition is when keens are on the same row and there's only one row of difference between them. And the reason for this significance is that, of course, neither king can move into check, neither king can advance. So it is said that whoever's turn it is not in this position has the opposition. So for example, with the white move here to e4, it is black's move. And since black cannot advance, that gives white an advantage, and white has the opposition, which is ideally what you would want. So, knowing that black cannot come to any of these squares here, that only leaves these options for black. But they are all either staying on this same rank or falling back. So if black, let's say, moves to either of these sides, doesn't matter, we'll say left for this one because it's a little more open than going right. White can regain opposition by bringing his king back. But what you will see is that if we keep doing this, both kings will be dancing back and forth, and neither side is getting anywhere. However, one goal of having the opposition is no matter which way black moves, let's say he moves here, instead of immediately falling him, white can actually advance the king. And when white advances the king, he is gaining ground. If there's an objective up here, he can grab it. So now, if black, say, comes up, king comes up, and we're still gaining ground, and black can't really stop him. If instead of coming up, black moves to e7, white can come back in front of him, and hey, we recognize this. This was what the position was a little earlier, except the kings were on these squares, and you will notice that we, as white, made progress. So here is a little drill that you can actually do to kind of appreciate the power of opposition. So we'll say that we are playing as white, and our goal is to get, let's say it's just to touch the 7th rank. So to go past to the 6th rank and put our key in somewhere on the 7th rank. We can do this if we have opposition, if it is our move, because to get opposition, we just move to e4. It would be a mistake to move to d4 or f4 because the black king can actually come here to d6, and now black has opposition, and now unless one of us mess up, it will be impossible for white to advance anywhere forward, because if we come here to the right, black will just body block us, and there's no way to really get past that. So that is why we have to grab opposition immediately instead of going off to one of these sides here. So grab opposition. That forces black to either fall back to either of these 3 squares or to go to either side. Now, since black is trying to prevent us from getting to this 7th rank here, let's just say that he goes right in lieu of going backwards. So we know that going here is going to get us nowhere. Even though we maintain opposition, we'll just be dancing back and forth with the kings, right? Not making any progress. So what we will do instead of coming to f4 here is we will come to d5. And now we are gaining ground. We're off the 4th rank, and we're now onto the 5th rank. If black comes up, then we just keep advancing. And if black comes here, we grab opposition again, and we will rinse and repeat until black is in a poor position. And we get here, he's only got 2 options now, and then we win the exercise. If we reverse that, so let me actually make this black's move just by moving these pieces a little bit. Okay, so now it's black's move in this position. As white, we are still trying to touch that 7th rank, but with black to move, black immediately grabs opposition here because that prevents our king from making any advancement up onto these 3 squares. They are all protected by the black king. Since it's our move, we have to flinch. We have to move away. Now, since black is only trying to prevent us from coming up to the 7th rank here, all he has to do is maintain opposition. He shouldn't try and flank because that will allow us to come up. Instead, he just keeps grabbing opposition. And now he wants to dance around because even though it's just the 2 kings, his goal is to actually keep the king from coming up here. And he gets that. Remember, the main difference here is that black had the opposition. It prevented the white king from moving forward. But when white had the opposition, he had the choice to go forward and actually gain ground. So this will be part 1. I will do another video, a part 2, for how we can actually apply it and why this is actually useful. But anyways, I'll see you for that video. Thanks.